The legend of Sleepy Hollow. In the early 1800s, in the quiet village of Sleepy Hollow, nestled along the banks of the Tarrytown River in New York, there lived a lanky, superstitious schoolteacher named Ichabod Crane. Known for his peculiar appearance and voracious appetite, Ichabod was also notorious for his fascination with ghost stories, particularly the legend of the Headless Horseman. According to local lore, the Headless Horseman was the restless spirit of a Hessian soldier who had lost his head to a cannonball during the Revolutionary War. Each night, he would ride his black steed through the countryside in search of his missing head, bringing terror to anyone who crossed his path. One autumn evening, after a harvest party at the Van Tassel estate, Ichabod set off on his faithful horse, Gunpowder, to return home. The night was dark and foggy, with the full moon casting eerie shadows through the trees. As Ichabod rode through the dense forest, the ghostly tales he had heard weighed heavily on his mind, and every rustling leaf and snapping twig seemed to signal impending doom. As he approached the ominous bridge near the old church, Ichabod heard the thunderous sound of galloping hooves behind him. His heart pounded as he turned to see a cloaked rider on a massive black horse with a flaming pumpkin in place of a head. It was the Headless Horseman, just as the villagers had described. Panicked, Ichabod spurred Gunpowder into a desperate sprint, racing towards the bridge, for legend held that the Headless Horseman could not cross the water. But as he reached the other side, Ichabod felt a searing pain as the pumpkin head hurtled through the air, striking him and knocking him from his horse. The next morning, Gunpowder was found grazing peacefully near Ichabod's abandoned hat, but there was no sign of the schoolteacher. The villagers searched high and low, but Ichabod Crane had vanished without a trace. Some say he was spirited away by the Headless Horseman, while others believe he fled Sleepy Hollow in fear, never to return. But on dark, foggy nights, when the moon is full and the wind howls through the trees, the villagers claim you can still hear the ghostly gallop of the Headless Horseman, searching eternally for his lost head.